USA Today coaches poll is out. I don't think anyone has. Do you have any issues with the top three? Alabama at one,
No.
Ohio State at two, Georgia at three.
Nope. And you can say the top. I don't have any issues with really the top five. I think the top five is pretty locked in about where it should be.
Yeah, Clemson at four, Notre Dame at five. And some people may say, really, Clemson with what they did last year? Now, remember, they kind of came on strong, figured some things out as the year went on.
Decimated by injury.
Yeah, and DJ Uiagalelei, he just was not good last year. Now, Dabo has really defended him publicly, and we'll see what it looks like at the quarterback for his position for that. They got Klubnik if Uiagalelei continues to struggle. But when you see Clemson at four, I saw it and I was like, huh. And then I looked below him and I was like, who would I take instead of them at four? And I didn't really have any answers. So I was okay with that. And then Notre Dame, ton back on both sides of the football. And I think a lot of people believe in Marcus Freeman taking over. So you've got Notre Dame at five, Michigan at six, Texas A&M at seven, Utah at eight, the Oklahoma Sooners checking in at nine as the first Big 12 team in the rankings, and then Baylor at 10, Oklahoma State at 11. So when you look at those 11, Ted, does anything really stand out to you?
Well, yeah, I would pluck Texas A&M out of that top 11. I wouldn't necessarily pluck Michigan out of the top 11, but let's say that I would rearrange that and probably have Michigan back at like I put them at number 10. Again, A&M is out. And then between Utah, Oklahoma, Baylor, and Oklahoma State, I think that's a pretty good group, and you can make arguments to rearrange them in pretty much any order.
Yeah, I saw that cluster of Big 12 teams at 9, 10, and 11, and I thought it was basically these coaches saying, yeah, we got a lot of respect for these three Big 12 teams. We just don't know which one's going to be the best one. So we're just going to lump them all together. We're going to default to Oklahoma, which I think is how I view it as well. People ask me, why am I picking OU to win the Big 12? I say, well, history.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done it half the time. So I think a lot of these coaches, not only they have a ton of respect for Venables, but they also acknowledge the level of success that OU's had over the last couple of decades. But all three of those teams, a lot of change, a lot of newness, the most newness in Norman for sure. But I think that's about right for OU, Baylor, and Oklahoma State, even with all the guys they're having to replace on both sides of the ball. Some interesting, some other interesting teams to note where they're ranked. USC checking in at 15, and Texas checking in at 18. And the most interesting part about the entire coaches poll, Texas got a first place vote. Now, Bama got 54, Ohio State got 5, Georgia got 6. But what of the 66 coaches or whoever fills out the poll for them, I thought it was hilarious, honestly, but people were all upset. Like, how could you vote Texas number one? I think that's a valid question, but is some coach trolling all of us, or did they just think it'd be funny? I don't know. It wasn't an accident. I don't know, but it was hilarious seeing that one all the way down at Texas's name at 18. It gave me a good chuckle.
Yeah, it was good. It's one of two coaches. It's either Leipold at Kansas, so they can beat the number one team in the country, right? Or I think it's Nick Saban.
Okay, I like that. What, to use it as fuel for week 2?
Absolutely.
That would be very Saban-ish.
Yeah. Yeah. He probably didn't think, well, no, he probably knew he was going to be the only one, but yeah. Hey guys, look at this. You know, someone out there thinks they're the best team in the country. And these are coaches. No, I don't know. It's a troll job or something. I don't know, but I could see Nick Saban doing it.
You want to know my theory? And some OU fans may not like this, but is it possible that it was a peace offering to OU fans from Lincoln Riley?
Maybe.
Like, hey guys, I know things aren't good right now between us. I'm gonna give you this so you can put all the stats about how bad Texas has been over the last decade. You can make fun of them. Like, hey, here you go. It's a peace offering. That was my initial thought when I saw it. I was like, I wonder if it was Lincoln.
Let me just set this on the tee for you real quick.
Yeah.
Now go through the first place votes again. 54 for Alabama.
Ohio State with 5, Georgia with 6, and Texas got 1 first place vote.
So there was only 12 coaches that did not vote for Alabama at first. And
correct.
we know for a fact that Nick Saban did not vote his own team first place, right?
I don't think you can.
Oh, you can't?
I don't know. I would assume you can't vote for your own team in any way, right? That would make the most sense, right? But I don't know. I don't know the rules. I've never been one of the 66 Power 5 head coaches and had to fill out this ballot. Have not had that experience personally.
Well, I don't know. It's got to be Saban, but maybe you're right. The Lincoln Riley theory is a good one.
I like it.
It's a good one.
That wouldn't that be nice? Like that's.
Are we leaving out Venables? Could it have been Venables?
That'd be funny. Couldn't you see him filling it out and going?
Right. I'm surprised like there's not votes like just totally all over the place. You know.
Yeah, I think
everyone's rival's been voted number 1 in the country.
Yeah. Bama having the 54, man. And I know Bryce Young said it at SEC Media Days, like it's a failure when they don't win the national championship. But man, everyone, myself included, likes Bama going into the year. So those are some high expectations. I know they're used to it, but it's basically, hey, go undefeated, win the national championship, or else you kind of fell short. That's a lot, even for those guys at Bama. So
we've barely dipped our toe into training camp, and Nick Saban has already thrown out the rat poison stuff, which is not a good sign for the rest of college football.
Yeah, well, it didn't help things when he called last season a rebuilding year when they won the SEC and played for the national title. So he's had his part in that as well. All right,